All right, big boy squats are back in town. So I decided that I was going to do 5 of 4 with 295 pounds at this point. Last time I did big boy squats, it was 5 of 5 with 275. So I thought if I took a rep off the 5 sets, it would be a little bit easier for me to progressively overload. That way, next time I can do 295, 5 of 5, and that'll feel a little bit more natural. But I was really good. I stretch out my hip flexors. I did a little bit of work on the treadmill, but I was mostly just stretching. I didn't run a mile. I was just trying to do everything I can to feel as comfortable as possible going into these. And I think I did okay. You guys can see the form. I did use a brace and felt really good. If anything, it's my back that's weak, It's, if you look at my form from the ones before, maybe like 6 days ago, you can see that I'm like bending over a lot, It's really hard for me to hinge those hips. Keep my back straight in that upright position. That's probably the weakest point of the lift for me, to be honest. And it makes sense why, like, when I was, the first time I attempted 365, I failed. And that was probably because my back just couldn't stay upright. I just, like, bent over. It was at the bottom. And for a long time, I thought it was because my hips were weak. That's why I was failing at the bottom of the rep. But I've come to the realization doing, like, all this rep work. I wouldn't say this is, like, a lot of reps. But still, doing all this work at 5 of 5 is still a lot of reps, Before I was just doing, like, one rep. 365 for one rep, 345 for one rep, so doing at least like a decent amount of reps. I can really see that's my back. So all these are just like warm-ups. Is that 225? Anyway, that's 225. Yeah, that last one was 185. Anyway, I felt pretty good about it. You'll see that I actually kind of grind out a few of those reps. I was like really struggling at the bottom part, just trying to get my back upright again. But overall, it felt good. I was able to keep my core engaged. There's a few reps I remember specifically that I didn't keep my core engaged. Like I breathed out and then I went into doing the rep, and I felt it. I had like no intra-abdominal pressure. And if I didn't have a belt, I would have like strained my back. It was that bad. So there we go, got the belt on. And here we go. This is 275. I think I only do like 2 or 3 reps here. This was I was trying not to tire myself out because I wanted to do 295, and I just wanted to make sure I was getting used to having that weight on me. Yeah, the form's not even that great, honestly. Yeah, I mean, this isn't a powerlifting meet, so it's not so important getting those hips below my knees, but, I mean, still, kind of important. The most amount of stress is when my hips are under my knees. That's the hardest part of the rep, so as far as, like, getting hypertrophy, getting that progressive overload, it's important, Even if it's not, like, required for the rep to count, it's still important. It's important to me. So yeah, at this point I'm not perpendicular to the camera anymore because I'm trying to stay within the safety bars. So that's why the bar path is not going to look so straight. But I mean, it felt good. I was really trying to focus on my breathing, trying to keep that intra-abdominal pressure going. And just trying to have like good breathing with this form. Trying to keep that tension the whole time. Yeah, you can see like at that point, my back's really just hinging, I'm bent over on my way up. But yeah, okay, so the second rep I do here, I didn't breathe properly, and I totally could have hurt myself. I felt terrible. But, having that lifting belt, honestly, is super helpful. If I didn't have that lifting belt on, I would have totally just broken in half. I think you'll see right here, I breathe out, and then I go into it. Yeah, I like breathe out, and then I go into it, and I just struggled. So lucky I didn't injure myself there, because I actually did injure myself before. Yeah. So, yeah, I was kind of not feeling really good at that point. Really struggling, but I still got 3 more sets in me. So, at least there's that. I knew that I did really well because I had to drink Gatorade after that because I was cramping. I didn't get a full like Charlie horse or anything, but I did feel it coming on. So that's how I know. I was also drenched in sweat. But yeah, this was a good one. This was a good set. So I felt really good about myself. Yeah, so I was recording, or I was reviewing my recordings and just trying to make sure, at this point I was like taking the mental cue of trying to keep that back upright. I not only did I feel it, that I was like being bent over, but, I could see it too in the recordings. And I was like, okay, let's really try to stay upright. Let's really try, just try to like bring the butt back. The depth's not great. It isn't. It's not where I want it to be. But I guess it makes sense. That's like my 4th rep. And I look very defeated, I feel very defeated too. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really I'm feeling good. 295 for 4 reps. 5 sets of 4 reps, that's good. 20 squats with 295. That's good. That's really good. Yeah, that I remember that rep as well. That felt really good. And I had really good breathing too during that set. That's probably my best set, my 4th set. Well, at least those first 3 reps, because I was like one after the other. I wasn't taking like any breaths in between. And on this fourth rep, I was like really struggling. And now you can see at this point, I'm like really grinding it out. Like at the midway point on my way up, I'm really like pushing. Good news is that my hip only flared up a little bit at the end. Honestly, it was more so my right quad that was like flaring up, that I felt was like might cramp up. On this last set, I honestly didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. I really didn't, because my right leg felt so weak. But after this first rep, I was like, okay, I still feel good. I'm still getting decent depth, honestly. And then, okay, I have to grind out the 3rd one, but after this is like 1 more rep, Well, I got one more in me, boss. So yeah, I felt really proud of myself for this because that fucking sucked. But that's exactly what I need for that progressive overload. If I'm going to get to 405, this is exactly what I need. So I feel really good about myself. I feel like I can do 405 soon. Maybe not soon, but like July. I think I can do a 405. Okay, that's all. Bye.